Hello Virgo and welcome to Wild Magnolia Tarot. My name is Maddie and this is your weekly reading for August 23rd through the 29th. Quick disclaimer, this is a general reading and cannot resonate with everyone, so take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. And if none of it resonates, you can check out one of the readings for your other signs, or you can go check out some of the very many talented readers on this platform who may have something more attuned to your situation this week. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor, lawyer, counselor, therapist, etc. I am just a girl with a passion for the tarot, and everything that I say that resembles advice is based solely on my opinion, my own experiences, my own knowledge, my interpretations of the cards, and little bits and pieces that may occur to me from time to time throughout the reading intuitively. Also, just to get it out of the way, if you like this video, if it does resonate with you, please feel free to drop a like on the video and subscribe to my channel so that you can get updates when I upload new readings every week. And I'm also hoping to start doing pick-a-cards every week as well. So if you have any ideas or types of readings that you would like to see, leave it in a comment and I will incorporate that into my future videos. Okay, so with all that out of the way, we'll go ahead and get started. We are starting out this week with an archetype card, and this week, Virgo, you guys got the Judge. Okay, so this has to do with making a decision. Seeing the truth of a situation and making a definitive decision based on what you know. You could be judging a situation in your own life. You could be helping somebody else to make a very big decision in their lives. You could be deciding whether or not to continue to maintain a relationship with somebody, whether or not you're going to stay in a certain type of work. Think of the bigger life decisions, but also decisions that are based on information. Okay, so you're making a judgment based on evidence and facts. So that's kind of the idea of the Judge. So we'll see what else that could mean for you guys as we get through the reading. The next card I'm going to pull is going to be from the Moonology deck, and this is going to give us an idea of what other cosmic influences could be at play in your situation this week, or that could be affecting you personally. Okay, what do we got for Virgo? We have the Disseminating Moon. Take time to breathe out. Breathing, relaxing, taking a break, stepping away from a problem for just a little bit so that you can gather yourself, calm down, and make more mindful decisions. Okay, so if something happens that's upsetting to you, you're definitely going to want to step back and not speak out of anger or high irrational emotions. There's a lot of air energy here, a lot of just trying to get to where you're thinking clearly and objectively in this situation. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a few cards from an oracle deck to give us an idea of the main situation you guys are going to be dealing with this week. Okay, so first we have the Cemetery, and this is part of the Memento Mori deck, so it's got a lot of death-related imagery, but this is part of the deck that is related to the Lenormand, so this is actually their version of the Garden. So the Cemetery in this respect is probably referring to a public setting, a public place, a social gathering of some kind, somewhere that a bunch of people come together to interact with each other. Let's see, what about this? What about the cemetery? What about this public interaction? What's going on with that? This may be something that's coming up for you guys, some kind of event that you're going to be attending, a party you might be throwing. We have the Scale, okay, so weighing your options, okay, weighing the facts, weighing the information. You know, I'm almost getting that this could be related to some kind of court case, because that is an example of a public meeting where a bunch of people come together, and then the scale, right? The idea of like weighing the evidence according to the law, making a decision in that respect. So some of you guys may be doing something or involved in a court case of some kind. It could be criminal, but it doesn't need to be. It could also be civil, whatever the case. Let's see. Let's clarify the Scale. We have the Puppet. So the puppet represents a person or an idea. It also indicates that perhaps you feel that you are being used as a puppet to meet the needs of somebody else. And we also have the scissors, which may have to do with cutting ties. So that takes me back to what I was saying earlier about potentially deciding whether or not to maintain a certain relationship. The scissors also have to do with freeing yourself, which indicates independence, a fresh start, things of that nature. So let's say you are feeling as though you're somebody's puppet. Okay, you're evaluating your situation here, and you're thinking about it. You're seeing it from a more objective perspective. Okay, you're coming at the situation logically as opposed to coming at it emotionally, and you're realizing that the situation is not fair, it is not balanced, and so now you have this decision to make whether or not you're going to stay in this situation or whether you're going to cut that tie and free yourself and remove yourself from almost like a parasitic situation. This could indicate a divorce, and I just say that because we have the Judge and the Cemetery. So it does seem like there is a high possibility that the law could be involved in some way, because this is this public place, this social or public situation where facts and evidence are being weighed regarding this puppet and the scissors. Okay, so now we'll pull a few tarot cards to clarify those. First, we'll clarify the Cemetery. I'm very interested to see what's the Cemetery is all about. So we have the Magician, and it came out in reverse, and to me this almost indicates, like, you know how magicians used to put on shows, right? Somebody may be putting on a show to try to fool other people, to try to manipulate people, to try to get their own way, trying to manifest something that benefits them without regard for the consequences or how it may affect other people. Because that Magician is in reverse, this could be somewhat of a dangerous character. Maybe not like physically harmful, but they're like a wild card. They're very powerful, and they're acting without any morals or ethics to guide them, or any kind of moral discipline. Okay, let's clarify the scale. So we have the Two of Cups, and it is in reverse. So this kind of brings me back to the idea that this could be a divorce or a separation of some kind. Okay, because that's the soulmate card, but it's in reverse, so there's a problem with this connection. Okay, it's a bad connection, a connection that started out as a very deep emotional connection, but now it's empty. It's not what it used to be. It's off. The energy is unbalanced, and something's wrong within that connection. Let's clarify the puppet. So we have the Sun. Okay, so the Sun illuminates. This could indicate that if you are being used as a puppet for somebody else, or by somebody else, potentially by whoever this partner is, that this is becoming clear to you. You're gaining that clarity. It could also be indicating that being this person's puppet made them very successful. Okay, they got a lot out of you, but they basically stole it. They used you, and it was successful, and they may not want to let you go for that reason. Okay, so that could make this separation kind of difficult. Let's clarify the scissors, and then we'll move to a different tarot deck to do another round of clarification. Clarify the scissors, please. We have the Chariot. Okay, cutting that bond, cutting those ties so that you can move forward on your own path to find your own purpose, to live your life, to follow your goals, your desires. this is cutting the tie, grabbing your shit, getting in the car, and driving away towards your sunset, towards a brighter future. That's what I get from that. I think that this situation has held you back from being able to have the life that you want to live, or to have your own success, to make your own way in this life, because you've been used by somebody else. You've been somebody else's object. You've been used as a tool. And so now you're not, now you're living for yourself. You're going to be free to do whatever you want. You're going to be able to follow your dreams, achieve your goals, and anything you want and you set your mind to, you can achieve, because there's nothing holding you back. You're not tied down anymore. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and switch tarot decks to get an idea, or to get some extra clarification on what we've got on the table now. Clarify on top of clarify on top of clarifying. Okay, so first I'll clarify the cemetery with the magician in reverse. Okay, so we've got the 10 of earth, and it did come out in reverse. Circinus and crux, I believe is how that's said. And it says perfection, completion, and continuity. Okay, so that indicates that whoever this magician in reverse is, they are trying to hang on to this. They're not allowing something to come to an end or to come to a close. They're hanging on. So if this is something that's going on, like a court case, or it could be anything, any kind of situation that you might be in with this magician character, whoever this may be, and I do feel like this is somebody in particular that you're dealing with or encountering in this public space here. And they're basically trying to block something from taking place. They're trying to stop something, or they're just not allowing something to take its course, basically. So let's go ahead now and let's clarify the scales with the 2 of cups in reverse. Okay, so we have the 9 of earth here. Vigilance, watchfulness, and supervision. Oh, sorry, there we go. So this is paying close attention to details. I think you could be watching, if this is a partner, okay, if this 2 of cups is referring to your relationship with somebody else, potentially this magician, then you're watching what they're doing. This 2 of cups is in reverse, so there's something not right about this partnership, and I think that perhaps you are, like, they're trying to be sneaky, or, they're trying to pull something over on you, or they're trying to hide something. And so this watchfulness, this vigilance, right? You're watching for the signs, you're listening to the words that they're saying, you're trying to figure out what's going on. Or perhaps you are very vigilant, and so you've noticed that something's going on, and that's why this is in reverse. Like, you've noticed something that's not right, something that's out of balance here, something unfair. Okay, now I'm going to clarify the puppet with the sun. So we have the 5 of fire associated with the constellation Cygnus, and it says intentions, strategy, and conflict. So I'm reading the sun card in this spread, in this reading specifically, as having to do with revealing information, shining light on a situation, bringing out the facts, bringing clarity. Okay, but then there's also like that success element. So for the puppet to have success indicates freedom to me, especially with the scissors right here. And so perhaps if this is you, then you need to be clever, you need to strategize, you need to have a plan, because this situation, this conflict, or this person that you're dealing with in this conflict is very clever as well. They're very skilled in the art of the illusion, right? We had this magician, this illusionist in reverse. That's kind of how I see the Magician in reverse. The Magician upright is a master manifester. The Magician in reverse tends to be an illusionist. So you're dealing with this illusionist. You have to be careful. And that kind of goes back to this vigilance card as well. Okay, in order to win, in order to be successful in this, in order to come out on top and have the truth be known, you have to pay close attention to what they're doing. This is like a very intricate game of chess, where you're watching every move they're making, and you got to be very careful about the moves that you make if you want your voice to be heard. If you want to be able to save yourself and save your reputation and mitigate the effects of their manipulative influence. Yeah. I see these two being, I mean, obviously this is clarifying the sun, but I see these as being directly related. Like, this success comes from you having a strong strategy to solve this conflict or to win this fight, this competition, whatever it is. And it's not so much about winning. What you're winning, again, is going to be your freedom, your ability to make your own choices, your ability to pursue your dreams and have happiness, okay? And there's still also this element of fairness and truth. Letting some kind of truth be known to somebody, okay? Because that's also what this judge has to do. So if you're not going before a judge, if this isn't as literal in your situation, okay, there's still this element of presenting a situation truthfully, presenting some kind of unfairness to someone else, or this being presented to you, and making a final decision about what to do about it and how to set it straight again, how to bring that balance back in. And that requires shining a light on the entire situation, seeing this illusionist for what they really are, okay? Bringing the balance back to this relationship, or ending that relationship to bring balance back into your life, cutting unhealthy ties, and moving forward in your own direction freely and happily to do whatever it is you want to do with your life. Okay, so now I'm just going to clarify the scissors and the chariot. Okay, so I just want to say, again, I don't know if I've said this already, but I shuffled the shit out of all of my cards between each reading, and I'm still getting some repeats from the previous reading. So, Virgo and Leo, I don't know, this isn't a similar situation really, but you do have a lot of themes popping up that are similar. Okay, so we have the Seven of Fire, the Seven of Wands. Oops, there we go. Perseverance, stamina, and survival. Okay, persevering in this situation. You're fighting here for your freedom. You're fighting for your right to live under your own control. And you're also fighting for your right to follow your own path, standing your ground, defending yourself. So this illusionist here may be spreading lies about you, trying to manipulate people in this public sphere. And now that I think about it, this public place here could be on social media. There could be a situation where somebody is slandering you just on Facebook, or, you know, whatever social media platform that you may use. This could be anywhere. This doesn't have to be somewhere where people are physically, especially these days when a lot of people aren't getting together in one place or another. But there's some kind of manipulation, some kind of lying going on. And this, whatever it is, it's requiring you to stand up for yourself, to fight for yourself, to fight for the truth, to be known by anyone who matters that, you know, what this person is saying is not true. And that they're trying to manipulate. They're trying to get something to go their way. They're trying to stop you from something. And that something is this Chariot card. Whatever motivates you, whatever you believe in, whatever you want for yourself, they're trying to block that for one reason or another. And the reason why I feel so strongly that this could be a romantic partner is just this Two of Cups in reverse here. Okay, trouble in paradise. So I think that either you are finally coming into the realization that you're being treated like a puppet here, that you're not being treated fairly, and that you're being controlled, and that's why the scissors is here. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I just want to explain why I'm seeing what I'm seeing in the cards. And so while this can come across as being somewhat negative, I see this as being very positive for you, at least in the long run. And again, I'll come back to this for a second. Time to breathe out. I think that this is Spirit's way of telling you that you're going to be okay. But I think that this situation has put a lot of stress on you. It's been very difficult. It's exhausting. You've been fighting tooth and nail for your freedom, for your name, okay, for the truth, and it's wearing you down. But the sun is coming out, right? The sun is out. It is shining on everything. It's shining on you. It's shining on them. It's shining on the situation, and it's bringing out the truth. It is revealing the truth in a public sector, okay, somewhere where everyone is able to see what's going on. So I'll go ahead now and I'll switch to the oracle cards to get any last bits of insight or advice from Spirit on your situation. Okay, so we have supernova, outburst, explosion, and surprise. So that could indicate that something's going to happen that is very surprising, that's going to work in your favor. This could simply indicate that whoever this magician in reverse is, that they're going to lose their temper, they're going to lose their cool, they're going to show their ass, and people are going to see it publicly. And then for the first time, people are going to see them truly for who they are and recognize what they're doing. That could also indicate this situation coming to a climax as well. So there could be potentially a fight, or they can make a scene, or it could be you. You could be fed up, and you could explode in the process of standing up for yourself once you've finally had enough. Yeah, I'm going to pull more cards. I want to know more about this supernova. Can you tell me more about what this supernova is about, please? We have the Moose, awakening and transcendence. So this is either you waking up, or it is people in this public area that are waking up and seeing the situation as it is in reality for the first time. But I'm sure that you are going through an awakening yourself in this process of gaining your freedom. At the very least, of freeing yourself from the burden of this conflict. It's like getting a whole new lease on life, seeing everything with fresh eyes for the first time in a long time. You know, we don't always realize just how muddied our perspective, our vision of ourselves and of everything else can be when we're stuck in a situation where we're being controlled and we don't feel that we have any autonomy. We start seeing the world in a very limited way because we've just been in it for so long. We get used to it. We get used to being in an unhealthy situation. We get used to being in constant conflict. And then life becomes about nothing more than survival. Okay, but you're about to get to a point where where it's not only about survival anymore. Now you can thrive. Now you can flourish. Which is why I think that this is going to turn out very well for you guys. Let's see what else we got. Let's get a little advice from Spirit on what you can do for yourself. Construct. Build slowly. Achieve success. I don't know why I can't get this. There we go. Should put that over here. So this is about rebuilding yourself, I believe, in this situation. After this is all over, and after you're finally freed from whatever bonds are connecting you and this other individual or this conflict, this situation, once you're finally let go and you can walk away, then even if you feel like you've lost some things, you now have the ability to rebuild your life, rebuild yourself into whatever you want it to be without having to do what somebody else wants, I guess. Without having to feel responsible for, well, it's not even about feeling responsible. It's just without being controlled. Without having to worry about what somebody else wants or what they're going to say, or if somebody else is going to try to stop you from what makes you happy. I think that this is also advising you, again, build slowly. Take your time. And that also goes out with this time, take time to breathe out, you know. When this is over and you can step away, just take it one day at a time and relax. Just allow yourself to be for a little while. And then once you feel strong and confident and well rested, once you're feeling good again and you feel safe and secure, then that's when you start to rebuild. That's when you start to move forward here, this chariot energy. That's when you start to finally come into your own and create the life that you want for yourself that wasn't available to you before. 2 more cards. I'm going to pull 1 card from the Shamanic Medicine deck, and then we'll do the Wilderness Collide, and then we'll call it a day. Yes, okay, a little bit repetitive, but feathers. Restoration. Restoring yourself. Restoring your life. Getting back on your feet. Okay? And getting to where you're in full control. And rebuilding your mental health. Honestly, your confidence, getting your strength back. Because this whole process, you're very strong and you haven't lost any strength. In fact, you become stronger in this process because you're fighting for yourself. But it is very exhausting. It's very tiring, and it'll probably all hit you once it's over. You'll like sleep for a week. But just restoring yourself, restoring old relationships that may have been damaged in this situation, okay? I am kind of thinking that this could be a situation where you were in an abusive or a controlling relationship. And if that's the case for some of you, then there's a good chance that the person who was controlling you isolated you and alienated you from your friends and your family. And so not only are you restoring yourself, restoring your life, restoring your sanity, restoring your confidence, but you're also restoring those relationships with the people who do truly love you, that were damaged in the process. Damaged during that time that you were being controlled, that you were being manipulated. So, 1 more card. Okay, so we have the Land of Oz. And this card is all about facing your deepest fears. The Land of Oz is this place where you travel into to face your demons, to face your fear, so that you can bring about change within yourself and change in your life. And that kind of makes sense with everything that's going on here. You're fighting a battle here. This is a battle, and it is going to be scary. Because you're fighting for yourself. You're fighting for your own happiness. And I know for a lot of people, it's a lot easier to fight for someone else than it is to fight for yourself. It's very scary. And it could also be very intimidating because this person that you're going up against is very good. They're very good at what they do. That's why you're here to begin with. Okay? It's not because you're stupid. It's not because you did anything wrong. It's because they're a smooth talker. They're a smooth talker, silver tongue, charismatic. Everyone loves them. And everybody believes everything that comes out of their mouth because they know how to make something look good. They know how to make something sound believable. So you're going up against, again, a master manipulator. But you have it in you to face this individual and to win. Okay, you deserve it. You've earned it. You've worked really hard. And I think that this individual is about to have to face the consequences of their bad behavior. And so while it is scary to go up against them, to face them, especially if it's in a public place, it's going to be worth it in the end. And you're going to come out on top because you're coming from a place of pure honesty. and to truth. And they're coming from a place of lies and deception. And I've heard a lot of people say, just in the spiritual community, the way, I don't know if it's the astrology that we have going on right now or what, but they say that karma is playing out very quickly these days. I mean, what you put out comes right back to you immediately. Okay, so I think that this person is about to, have to deal with that. Especially with the scales right here, okay? This balance is being restored overall. And it's not in anyone's favor in particular. It's just, that's life on Earth right now. We're in the process of coming back into balance. And that requires that good things happen to those who deserve it. And that requires that not so good things happen to people who put out not so good things. If that makes sense. So all in all, I think you guys are going to be more than okay. I'm really excited for you. Because I think that this is going to be the beginning of a whole new life for you guys. And that you're finally going to be able to find peace and happiness within yourself and in your environment, in your surroundings. So you guys, take care. Good luck. Thank you for joining me today. And I will see y'all next week.